The notification sound from my phone cut through the hospital's antiseptic silence like a knife. I'd just woken up from what was supposed to be routine gallbladder surgery, still groggy from anesthesia, when I saw it. Kate's Instagram post, "Finally free, life begins now." The photo showed my wife of 6 years clinking champagne glasses with Adam Foster, some pretty boy junior strategist from her marketing firm. The timestamp read 2:47 p.m., exactly when I was under the knife. My finger hovered over the comment button. Then I typed, "Congratulations." Within minutes, my phone exploded. Kate's best friend Lindsay was frantically texting damage control. "Eli, it's not what it looks like." But Adam's panicked DM told the real story. "Dude, Kate said you knew about us." This is awkward. I laughed, actually laughed until my surgical stitches pulled tight. The morphine was wearing off, but the clarity was crystal clear. My wife had just publicly announced our marriage was over while I was unconscious on an operating table. Then my boss called. "Eli, you're trending for all the wrong reasons. Your wife's post is making the rounds in tech circles. Half our clients follow her account." I realized this wasn't just personal betrayal anymore. My humiliation had gone viral in our small New England town's professional community. Kate had made sure everyone would know she'd dumped the recovering patient for the office heartthrob. But Kate always was careless with details, and I was an IT specialist who noticed everything. The Uber dropped me at our colonial-style house on Maple Street, just as the sun was setting. Through the living room window, I could see Kate pacing around, laughing loudly into her phone. Lindsay's voice carried through the glass. "Girl, you're finally living your truth." I used my key quietly. Kate didn't notice me in the doorway, too busy describing her liberation to Lindsay. Empty wine bottles cluttered the coffee table. Suitcases were scattered across our hardwood floors. "Oh, Eli's awake," she said, when she finally spotted me, not bothering to end her call. "Lindsay, I'll call you back. Time to face the music." She hung up and tossed her iPhone carelessly onto the couch. Classic Kate. Dramatic gesture, zero security awareness. "So," I said, leaning against the doorframe to keep pressure off my incisions. "Finally free, huh?" Kate's eyes were bright with wine and defiance. "Don't be dramatic, Eli." We both knew this marriage was dead. I just had the courage to end it. While I was in surgery. She shrugged. "Life doesn't stop for your medical procedures. Adam and I have been planning this for months. We're in love." "Months," I repeated. "How many months, Kate?" "Does it matter? You've been emotionally absent for years, always buried in your computers, never wanting to go out, never caring about my career." "Your career." I walked slowly toward the couch, each step deliberate. "Tell me about your career plans with Adam." Kate's phone was right there, unlocked, notifications still popping up. I reached for it under the pretense of moving it so I could sit down. "We're going to request transfers to the Boston office," Kate continued, oblivious. "Adam has connections there. Real connections, not like your small-town IT job." I scrolled through her messages while she talked. Kate had always been terrible with digital privacy, used the same password for everything, never logged out of anything. The conversation thread with Adam went back 8 months. Hotel receipts, explicit photos. Time-stamped messages from afternoons when she'd told me she was working late. "You know what's funny, Kate?" I said, still reading. "Mrs. Worthington mentioned she'd been seeing a lot of unfamiliar cars in our driveway. Blue BMW, she said. Isn't that what Adam drives?" Kate's face went pale. "That nosy old witch has nothing better to do than spy on neighbors." She also mentioned the car was here most afternoons, Tuesdays and Thursdays specifically. Your client meeting days. I took screenshots of the most damaging conversations and forwarded them to myself, then deleted the sent messages from Kate's phone. She was too drunk and flustered to notice my thumbs moving across her screen. "I'm not ashamed of anything," Kate said, but her voice wavered. "Adam and I are adults. We fell in love. These things happen." "They do," I agreed, standing up carefully. And sometimes consequences happen too. My brother Mason lived 20 minutes away in a garage apartment behind his auto shop. I'd called him from the hospital, and he was waiting with a toolbox and a grim smile. "She really posted that while you were under?" Mason asked, examining Kate's Lexus in our driveway. "Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, the holy trinity of public humiliation?" Mason popped the hood and got to work. "Just a little distributor cap adjustment," he said. "Car won't start, but no permanent damage." Plausible deniability. While Mason worked, I uploaded Kate's text messages to a secure cloud folder. 8 months of evidence, affair details, hotel receipts charged to company credit cards, and, most damaging, voice messages where Kate mocked her boss and co-workers to Adam. "Ms. Harlan is such a frigid bitch," Kate's voice said in one recording. "She has no idea what real marketing looks like." At 9 p.m., Adam's BMW pulled into our driveway. He looked nervous, checking his reflection in the side mirror before walking to our front door. Kate must have called him after I left. I met them both in the driveway. "Eli," Adam said, extending his hand like we were meeting at a networking event. "Kate told me about your conversation. I want you to know I respect what you two had, but sometimes people grow apart." I looked at his manicured hand but didn't shake it. "Adam, right? Junior strategist at Hartwell Marketing?" "Senior strategist, actually. Just got promoted." His smile was practiced, confident. "Kate and I work really well together, professionally and personally." "That's great," I said. "You know what else works well together? Company credit cards and hotel receipts, especially when they're time-stamped during business hours." Adam's smile flickered. Kate shot me a warning look. "What are you implying?" Adam asked. "I'm not implying anything. I'm stating facts. 8 months of facts, actually. All documented." Kate tried to interrupt, but I kept talking. "You like luxury, don't you, Adam? Nice car, expensive suits, 5-star hotels. Shame if something happened to disrupt that lifestyle." I pulled out my phone and showed them a screenshot of their conversation from last Tuesday. Kate complaining about me while Adam described in graphic detail what he wanted to do to her in the sea, Marriott downtown. "You took that from my phone," Kate shrieked. "You left it unlocked on our couch," I said calmly. "In our house, where I live." Adam was backing toward his car, but I wasn't done. I opened an app on my phone, a little IT specialist trick I'd learned for testing wireless security systems. Adam's BMW had Bluetooth connectivity, and he'd never changed the default pairing code. His car alarm started blaring. What the hell? Adam fumbled for his key fob, but the alarm wouldn't stop. The sound echoed through our quiet neighborhood, porch lights flicking on, curtains twitching. "Technology is funny," I said over the noise. "Sometimes it just glitches out when you least expect it." Adam finally got the alarm off, but his hands were shaking. "You're crazy," he said to me. "Kate, we should go." But Kate's Lexus wouldn't start. Mason's handiwork was perfect. The engine turned over but never caught. "Looks like you'll have to squeeze into the BMW," I told them. "Hope it makes it to wherever you're going." As Adam's car pulled away, the alarm started up again. The next morning, I put my plan into motion. Kate had left her laptop open on our kitchen table, another security nightmare. Her Hartwell Marketing email was logged in, including access to the company's group chat system. I didn't hack anything. I simply used Kate's own authenticated session to share some interesting files with her co-workers. Screenshots of her and Adam's affair, hotel receipts charged to company cards, and the voice memo where Kate called her boss a frigid bitch. Within an hour, both Kate and Adam were summoned to HR. I spent the afternoon at Flanagan's Bar downtown, where Rhonda, the manager, kept me updated via text. She had friends at Hartwell Marketing who were feeding her real-time gossip. "Emergency meeting," Rhonda texted. "Kate's trying to claim you hacked her accounts, says you're unstable and jealous." But Kate's defense backfired spectacularly. Lindsay, apparently jealous that Kate had chosen Adam over their friendship, leaked another voice memo to HR, one where Kate described her plan to paint Eli as an abusive husband if he ever found out about the affair. By evening, Flanagan's was packed with the usual crowd. I was nursing a beer at the bar when Rhonda nudged me. "Your boy Adam just walked in. He's been drinking already." Adam spotted me immediately and made a beeline for my table, his face flushed with alcohol and rage. "You son of a bitch," he said loudly, drawing stares from other patrons. "You ruined everything. Kate lost her job because of you." "Actually," I said, not standing up, "Kate lost her job because she used company resources to fund her affair and called her boss a frigid bitch. I just provided the evidence. You hacked her accounts. I used her unlocked devices in my own house. There's a difference." Adam was swaying slightly, clearly drunk. "You think you're so smart, don't you? Well, Kate's better off without some loser IT guy who can't even satisfy his own wife." The bar went quiet. Every conversation stopped. Cell phones came out. "Adam," I said calmly, "you're drunk. You should probably go home. I'm not going anywhere until you admit what you did. You're a pathetic, vindictive little man who can't handle losing." I stood up slowly, still favoring my surgical side. "You want to know what I can't handle? I can't handle cowards who sneak around behind people's backs for 8 months, then act surprised when there are consequences." Adam lunged at me, throwing a wild punch that I easily sidestepped. His momentum carried him forward, and he crashed face first into a trash can behind my table. The crowd erupted in laughter as Adam struggled to get up, garbage stuck to his expensive shirt. "World star," someone shouted, and I could see at least 6 people recording the incident. Adam finally got to his feet, humiliated and furious. "This isn't over," he said. "Yeah, it is," I replied. "You're done in this town, Adam. Everyone knows what you are now." He stormed out, but not before someone had already posted the video online with the caption, "Homewrecker faceplants at Flanagan's." The next morning, I discovered that Adam's apartment building had been vandalized. Overnight. Someone had soaped all his windows and written "Homewrecker" in shaving cream across his BMW. His tires were slashed, and his apartment door was covered in sticky notes with messages like "cheater" and "scumbag." I had nothing to do with it, but I wasn't surprised. Small towns don't forgive public humiliation easily, and Adam had made himself a target. Mason called me around noon. "Did you see the news? Adam Foster resigned from Hartwell Marketing this morning. Word is he's leaving town, but Kate wasn't giving up. She'd moved in with Lindsay temporarily and was planning one last desperate play to salvage her reputation. Friday was Food Truck Friday in the town square, our community's biggest weekly event. Half the town showed up for lunch, including most of our former friends and coworkers. I was ordering a sandwich when I heard Kate's voice behind me, loud and theatrical. "There he is," she announced. "My abusive ex-husband who destroyed my career." I turned around to see Kate standing on the bandstand, Lindsay beside her, addressing the crowd like she was giving a campaign speech. "This man," Kate continued, pointing at me, "hacked my personal accounts, stalked my boyfriend, and had him assaulted at a local bar. He's dangerous and unstable, and everyone needs to know the truth." A few people were actually listening, phones coming out to record Kate's performance. She was playing the victim perfectly, tears in her eyes, voice shaking with emotion. "Eli Merrick is an abuser," Kate said. "He threatened Adam Foster and me. He violated my privacy and destroyed my reputation because he couldn't handle the fact that I was finally happy." I was about to respond when Mrs. Worthington, our elderly neighbor, stepped forward with her own phone. "That's interesting, dear," Mrs. Worthington said in her sweet grandmother voice, "because I have a recording of you and Lindsay planning this whole speech last night. You left your window open." She pressed play on her phone, and Kate's voice filled the square. "I'll paint Eli as abusive and unstable. Everyone will believe me because I'm the victim here. Women always get the benefit of the doubt in these situations. Lindsay's voice responded, "What if people find out about the company credit cards?" "They won't," Kate replied. "And even if they do, I'll say Eli forced me to use them. I'll say he was controlling our finances." The crowd's mood shifted immediately. People started murmuring, shaking their heads. Kate's face went white as she realized what had just happened. But Mrs. Worthington wasn't finished. "I also have this interesting conversation from Tuesday night," she said, playing another recording. This time it was Kate talking to Adam. "Eli's so pathetic. Even his own brother thinks he's a loser. Once we get to Boston, we'll never have to think about this boring little town again." Rhonda stepped out of the crowd, holding her own phone. "And I've got the voice memo where you called your boss a frigid bitch and said you were going to steal client contacts when you quit." Kate was surrounded now, her lies exposed from every angle. Lindsay had disappeared into the crowd, abandoning her friend to face the consequences alone. "You all planned this," Kate screamed. "This is harassment." "No," I said, finally speaking up. "This is accountability." I walked up to the bandstand, and Kate backed away from me like I was dangerous. "You posted 'finally free' while I was in surgery, Kate. You made our private business public. You involved our entire community in your drama. You used company resources to fund your affair, then tried to frame me as abusive when you got caught." The crowd was completely silent now, everyone listening. "You wanted freedom," I continued. "You wanted everyone to know your business. Congratulations. You got exactly what you asked for." Kate was crying now, real tears this time. "You don't understand," she said. "I was unhappy. I needed something more." "Then you should have asked for a divorce," I replied. "Instead, you chose humiliation, theft, and lies. You made your choice, Kate. Now live with it." I turned to address the crowd. "Kate's right about one thing. She is finally free. Free from her job, free from her reputation, free from her friends, and free from me. Enjoy your freedom, Kate. You earned it." Kate collapsed onto the bandstand steps, sobbing. Lindsay was nowhere to be seen. Adam had already left town. The crowd began to disperse, but not before several people approached me to offer support. "Good for you, Eli," said Tom Henderson, who owned the hardware store. That woman had it coming. "My wife never liked her anyway," added Sarah Mitchell from the bank. "Always thought she was stuck up." As I walked home, Mrs. Worthington caught up with me. "I hope you don't mind that I recorded those conversations," she said, "but Kate was planning to ruin you and I couldn't let that happen." "You're a good boy, Eli. You deserved better." "Thank you," I said. "How did you know to bring the recordings today?" She winked. "Rhonda texted me this morning. Said Kate was planning something dramatic. We old ladies have to stick together, you know." I laughed. The first genuine laugh I'd had in weeks. "What happens now?" "Now?" Mrs. Worthington smiled. "Now Kate gets to start over somewhere else, with nothing but her lies to keep her company. And you get to rebuild your life without someone who never deserved you in the first place." That evening, I sat on my front porch watching the sunset. My phone buzzed with messages from friends and coworkers offering support. Kate's social media accounts had been deleted. Adam's LinkedIn profile showed he'd moved to another state. Lindsay had unfriended everyone associated with the drama. Mason pulled up in his truck and joined me on the porch. "So," he said, "how does it feel to win?" "Like justice," I said. Kate wanted her freedom, and she got it. She's free from everything she thought she wanted: her job, her reputation, her friends, her marriage. She's completely free. "And you?" I thought about it. "I'm free too. Free from lies, free from betrayal, free from someone who never really loved me. She did me a favor, actually. By cheating on you? By being so careless about it. Kate always thought she was smarter than everyone else. Turns out she was just louder." Mason laughed. "So what's next for you?" "Next?" I looked at our quiet street, at Mrs. Worthington watering her flowers, at the life I'd built in this small town that had ultimately supported me when it mattered. Next, I live my life. Honestly, this time. My phone buzzed one final time. A text from an unknown number. "You ruined everything. I hope you're happy." I deleted the message without responding. Kate had said everything she needed to say on that bandstand. There was nothing left between us now but the truth. She'd wanted to be finally free, now she was, and so was I.